Okay, everybody, this is why I did the shelves, cabinets, whatever the heck I call them, drawers. This is my closet. I have a walk-in closet here. Me and my wife share. And here's my comic books, all in boxes. You can see the older boxes there, the brown ones. Pain in the ass, to be honest with you, trying to get stuff out of here. If I'm going in this box and I want to get something out, I got to pull it out and hold it. It's very heavy. They're starting to warp a little bit due to the weight. And I could never find, even though I have them labeled and I know what's in there, it's still a pain in the ass trying to find everything. So over here I've got extra bags and boards and boxes and all little miscellaneous stuff that you accumulate. A bunch of CDs, and I got some CGC stuff back there, and I got my magazines, and I got my old Overstreets, and I got some golf stuff, and I got boxes I'm saving in case I ever sell anything. And it's just very unorganized, and it drives me nuts. So I'm going to be able to now at least get all of my comic books out of here. I'll probably use these shelves to get them organized a little bit better to put stuff in them, but it drove me nuts. Absolutely drove me nuts. So this was really the motivation behind doing this. And once I saw Chris Faulkner's video, I said, okay, that's for me. I got to figure out how I'm going to do it, get it to work. And this is basically why I did it. So now we're going to go back and I'll have a nice little cabinet that I can get at everything. It's going to be organized. It's not going to be hard to get to. And I'm just going to be a lot happier with it. Hello there, comic book community. How's everybody doing? Hey, Cat. I wanted to show you my finished comic book cabinet. This was directly inspired by Chris Faulkner. I will put a link to his video so you can see how he made his. Saw it about a year and a half ago maybe and said, wow, that's really good, I got to do that. And I actually got around to doing it. I will also have a link down there to a Jhon Ortiz who kind of did his own version of it. It's different than this one. This is a lot closer to Chris's. And you can look at both of those, and if you're thinking about making it, get some ideas. This took me probably about 4 months of Sundays to complete. I didn't work on it during the week. Some weeks I didn't work on it at all. When I felt really inspired, I would, put like a good 6 or 7 hours into it. It took a long time to figure out how I was actually going to do it. You see it and you go, oh, it looks great, but when it actually comes down to putting it together and figuring out all the numbers and everything, it takes quite a while. So as I went along, I made videos of how I put everything together. When Chris did his, he didn't think of doing that, and by the time people started asking him questions, he had kind of forgotten dimensions and all that kind of stuff. So I thought, what the heck, I'm going to do it. I might as well, keep a running library, so to speak, of how I put it together. So I'm going to put that out in another video. So if you are interested in building it or seeing how it was built, go ahead and watch that. If you're not interested in doing it, that'll probably be a little bit boring. So I'll show you how this came out. I really like it. It's very organized. I still have a little bit of work to do on it. I want to add a few things to it as far as like putting my Overstreets in one of the slots and doing some other stuff because I still have a bunch of stuff in my closet. But for the most part, got the comic books out, got them all organized, got them in order. And it's great because if I need something, like somebody asked me a question about a Thor book from one of my videos, so you just come in a drawer, pull a drawer out, go right in, pull a book out. Voila, piece of cake. Before I had long boxes, they're all labeled and everything, but they were a pain in the ass and they were heavy, and a lot of times I just wouldn't feel like getting into them. And now everything's accessible and very easy to get at. This cost from beginning to end probably about $550. Never thought it was going to cost that much, but that's the way it goes. Once you get going, you're kind of stuck doing it. So I'm really happy with the way it turned out. So could have bought a really nice book with that, but I think I would rather have this. It's great, organized, easy to get to. Questions I think people are probably going to ask me is, would I have done anything differently? Yeah, I would have made it in 2 pieces, because if I ever have to get it out of here, which I think in a few years I may have to, move it to another room, I'm going to have to disassemble the whole thing, and that's going to be a pain in the ass. But so I really would have, like in the center here somewhere, like around in here, I would have cut it in half. I could have still screwed it together and then just unscrewed it, but like this, I can't get this through the door. So I'm kind of stuck with it, but it's okay. Live and learn, right? On the drawers themselves, a lot of people are going to ask about the rollers on the side. These guys right here. They cost about $7.50 a piece. Now there's better rollers that would attach to the side here and allow the drawer to come all the way out. The only problem is those were twice as expensive, and I've got 7 times 4, so do the math on that. It would have been a lot more expensive to add those, and these work fine, so I'm okay with them. I was worried about the weight on the other ones because these ones are still supported in the back in here. You can't really see it, but they're supported back in there, so it's really not going to bend. Whereas those other ones, I was worried when I had them all the way out, the weight of the books might bend those, and if they bent, then they're shot. And then how do I get in there to fix them? It would have been a pain, so I figured I'd stick with these. One thing to keep in mind when you're doing this, I have mainly Silver and Bronze Age books. When you get into moderns, the moderns are much heavier because of the paper stock. So if you have like 150 Silver Age and you put in there 150 moderns, the moderns are going to be way more than the other ones. So that's something to keep in mind if you're thinking about doing this. The plastic on the front of the drawers, I would have used different plastic. You can kind of see how this is bending a little bit. And it's not real flimsy, but with the weight of the books against it, it's kind of bending. And it will crack and snap because I grabbed one from up here to open it and it snapped on me. Easy to replace, but I would have used a little thicker grade plastic. Let's see, what else would I have done differently? Really not too much. Sunlight, I know somebody's going to ask about the sun getting in here. I always keep the drape shut all day long. That's closed. So I'm really not worried about sunlight. If you don't know, you can't have them out in the sunlight. They will fade very, very quickly. The inks will fade on the books. The books that I did use on the front of these are all doubles, or books that I really didn't care about. Like the Submariner down there that has a coupon clipped out of it. So I used that one, for the front. And the same with most of these. Like I said, they're either doubles or whatever. That's pretty much about it. If you've got any questions, go ahead and ask. If you're thinking about building it, wait till I put the next video out. I'll do that in a day or two. And that'll answer a lot of questions as to how I put it together and what I used and all that kind of stuff. And I actually show putting a drawer together, and I show how I tied everything in, when I actually assembled it. So thanks a lot for watching. Take care, everybody.